Welcome back to another episode of Bromance. I'm Ryan, and today had another dodgeball podcast. Had Heat on. We recapped Cleveland, kind of shot the shit at the end, and I'm posting this on Friday. So today is Heat's birthday. If you haven't already, hit him up. Tell him happy birthday. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode.
Ice water turn Atlantic. Night calling in a phantom. Told them, hold it, don't you panic.
Welcome back to another episode of Bromance. I'm Ryan, and today I got the man, the myth, the legend, the OG of OGs. Your favorite Hooper's favorite Hooper, Marcus Heat. Marcus, how we doing, baby?
I'm doing all right. You make me sound like I'm ancient or something, bro. Like that's insane.
I had to gas my boy up. What do you mean?
Yeah, I appreciate it, bro. Just a lot of years of hard work. I really shouldn't be around anymore, but you don't keep playing. You know what I'm saying?
Marcus, how old are we?
I am. Oh man, you really asking a while.
Hey, brought it up. You brought it up.
My birthday is literally tomorrow. I turn 35.
Oh
yeah,
shit! This is gonna be a birthday pod. I'm posting this tomorrow.
I'm giving you time today. All right, I could be doing anything else right now.
Oh man! All right, hit up Marcus on Venmo. It's his birthday.
Yeah, that's crazy.
We got any plans for your birthday?
Man, I'm like into like orchestra music and stuff like that. So I'm gonna hit the symphony tomorrow. One of my teammates, Brittany's birthday is tomorrow, so we're doing a little barbecue for her. And then Sunday's Mother's Day, so I'm just like, kind of just is what it is.
Okay. Good weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of plans, man.
I was gonna ask you, so I try to like ask some non-dodgeball questions and then get into dodgeball. But
yeah.
So what type of music do you listen to?
Oddly enough, I'm a drum and bass head. So like I pretty much has always been into like electronic genres for the most part. I mean hip hop, obviously, because you know. but besides that, like my go-to music choice when I'm like warming up, when I'm driving, everything it's always just drum and bass. So that's always been where like my heart is at, honestly.
Okay. Top 3 artists?
Top 3 artists.
Or like who we listen to right now?
Right now, that's kind of tricky. There's a drum and bass artist named Nebula. I'm listening to a lot of Tall Black Guy for whatever fucking reason.
Wait, hold on. Is this a dude's name or?
Yeah, his name is Tall Black Guy, bro. He makes like instrumentals and stuff, bro. It's insane.
I was like, yo, is this a culture thing? I just want to understand. Like...
It's gonna be a lot of off the wall stuff, bro. And I just recently found some dude. His name is something Giza. I can't remember it, but he has some pretty good tunes too.
Okay. What are we listening to before like a dodgeball tournament? Like what's the last song in the car?
The last song in the car. All right, so there is this cover by this band named Skunk Anansi, and it's literally a cover of Search and Destroy. And bro, yeah, when I put that song on, bro, right before you just hear her screaming on the mic, I'm just like, let's get it. We're in it now, bro.
Yo, so for Wednesday night, I hip up my rec team, and I'll send them like ASAP Ferg songs, and I'll be like, close your eyes, like the car will drive itself.
Yeah. That's a wild Jesus Takes the Wheel moment, bro.
Yeah, facts, dude. I love ASAP Ferg. His beats go so hard.
Oh, for real. That's a good choice, though, bro. That's a good choice. Wait, what are you usually warming up to? Hold up.
What am I warming up to?
Yeah.
I think our answers might have been like flip-flopped here, because you're out here being like EDM songs, drum and bass, and I'm like, I fuck with Kendrick Lamar, obviously.
Okay.
Like the GNX album goes pretty hard.
Oh yeah.
Future. And Young Thug. Those are like my 3 go-to.
Not the Thugger.
Yeah.
Bro.
Young Thug.
That's a good choice too, though, bro.
I've been like listening to Tyler the Creator again, like some like old school songs from like when I was in high school, and I'm just like, I listened to Yonkers like the other day for the first time in probably 5 or 6 years, and I was getting goosebumps. I'm like, dude, this song used to be the fucking song.
Yeah, dude, that should put you in the zone too, for sure, bro.
Facts. Man. Hell yeah. But Marcus, what do we do for a living?
For a living, so I actually don't share this that often with people. So I'm actually a military contractor for a private military company. A lot of people don't know that because I'm kind of like a civil rights activist and all that stuff too, so it kind of like completely conflicts with my lifestyle.
You were telling me about this at nationals. You were
Yeah,
like, yeah, but money's money, or like it's all monopoly or something like that.
bro, look, I look at it like this, man. If I don't take the job, someone else will. So at least I'm trying to put the money in towards like something that actually helps too. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty
True.
much just where I'm at with it.
So we were having this conversation at nationals, and Sandy was next to us, and she
Yeah.
like works for some bank, and she was like trying to get us to sign up for a credit card.
Oh yeah. I remember. We had just watched the game on stream. I remember. I was like, Sandy, what are you doing over here with this?
Fucking Sandy, dude. I love Sandy. I saw she was at Ohio, right? She at
Oh
Cleveland.
yeah, she was there. She doesn't play cloth though. She was there literally only for nose thing. So she showed up for
Smart
one
girl.
division, balled out. Smart girl was crazy. Yeah. She balled out real quick, and then she cheered us on and like Shaq for us for the rest of the weekend. But she was like, "I'm never gonna play this ball. I just need y'all to know
Yeah, it's
that."
facts, dude. Facts. I just had one bad experience, and I'm just like, for Minnesota, I'm like, guys, if you need me to go there and shag, like, I'll be the
Yeah,
best shagger in the fucking gym. I'll wear something hot for you guys, but I'm
bro.
not playing.
Yo, it is the finger jamming ball. But oddly enough, I've broken two fingers playing foam, and I've only broken one finger playing cloth. So.
Mm. How long have we been playing cloth though?
Um, Pretty much since they introduced it to the US. So like, remember I had the injury for a little bit, and literally the year that I came back, which would have been either the end of 2022 or the beginning of 2023, I just picked it straight up and I was like, this is it. This is my replacement for A5. And I pretty much just tried to run with it as best as I could.
You're sick, man.
All
right,
you
so
always tell me that. What? Yo, you used to play A5, bro. You were here for these tournaments.
I know, and I don't miss it at all. I don't miss that shit at all, man. I got like at least 3 concussions playing 8.5, and I never played dodgeball scared whatsoever. Like I'm aggressive.
Yeah.
Like I want to be the aggressor. Like I'm on that line. You're not pushing me off that line. If you throw 2, 3 balls at me, like I'm dodging, I'm catching one. Like I'm never scared.
Yeah.
8.5, bro. I got hit in the face one time by Mikey and Billy a month
Oh yeah,
after
that'll
a
do
neck
it.
surgery.
That'll do it.
I literally saw black, and we are playing at this is Elite Days, and we are playing at like
Yeah.
that floor hockey rink. I think it was in like Maryland or
Oh,
Delaware, or
that
something
was
like
in
that.
Baltimore. That was here, bro.
I literally, dude, we were playing on the end of a court, and I literally had to reach for the sideline and like just like seeing black. I'm like,
Oh my
I need help,
God.
bro. I literally need help.
You know that's my favorite ball type, right?
I know. And then Maurice from Body Snatchers.
Oh, dude, man, I miss Maurice, bro. You know he's in his like mid 40s right now. He was
Uh,
like late 30s when he was playing with us. So,
that dude is yoked.
dude, you want to know the insane part about that, bro? Like I always try to remind people, like I'm just like when I first started, like everybody that we played against was like these like 6'3", 6'4", like 240, 250 pound dudes. And I'm just like, yeah, no wonder they're throwing this hard, bro. Like, what am I supposed to do about this? And I think
Exactly.
I was like maybe like 170 back then, dude. It was just it was a scary time, but it got me ready for this era. So,
Bro, I got small ass hands, number one. Number two, when I first started playing dodgeball, I was like 135 pounds. Like,
yeah,
that is not my ball type, bro.
That's
Like, I'll stay around in the middle. I'll survive. I'll be the last one. I'd be like, if I'm the last one in, we're probably fucked here, especially when I first started playing.
I feel that. I'm not even mad at it, bro. Like, a lot of adaptation on my part for sure.
I don't miss that. But yeah, Maurice hit me like square in the head one time, and I felt my brain like hit me in the back of the head. And people were behind me, and they're like, "Yo, are you good?" You instantly grab for the back of your head. I'm like, I 1,000% just got a concussion.
The end of an era, bro.
Yeah, the end of an era. You ever play pinch?
Of course. So oddly enough, like pinch, like small court pinch was pretty much my favorite type of dodgeball, period. Because it was for me, it was just like it added the speed to the ball type, and it also added like more defensive options as well. Like you can pinch block from anywhere, pretty much. So it's like swinging like a shield or something like that, if you want to consider it that way. But the amount of injuries I've seen, like my first like real dodgeball injury, which is this pinky right here. Look at this for the rest of my life.
Oh,
Yeah, that's for the rest of my life was from a pinch ball being thrown at me. And I tried to catch it and my pinky just went to the side immediately. And I was just like, oh, all right, well, this is it.
yeah. I played pinch one time in Cleveland, and it was like kind of a fuck around tournament. It was like myself, TJ, Frankie, Jeff, Sean.
That's a lot of footage about that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm
Yeah,
talking
when
about,
TJ
bro.
got headshot.
I post that like once a year. It's there. That's one of those videos that like TJ's my boy, and like I wasn't rooting for that to happen, but
Yeah,
that's something that I have on my phone, and I'll pull it up and I'll kind of giggle a little bit.
it's messed up. That's so messed up, bro.
Sam Hutter, she hit me in the mouth that tournament, like playing pinch.
Dude.
Instantly started bleeding in the mouth. I'm
Oh
like,
my
God
God.
damn.
Everyone could throw that hard, bro.
That's one of those ball types that like because the ball was deflated, I could actually throw it, and
Yeah.
everyone's like pinching the ball as they're throwing it, obviously. And I
Mhm.
was like one of the only people who wouldn't pinch it. I'm like, guys, I'm accurate as shit, just not pinching the ball. So
Yeah, it works out. It works out. But I can definitely say that I miss it for sure because like just the danger factor made me move a little bit faster than I am right now. But I don't miss the injuries. Like I'm sad that it's gone, but it's just like we gotta try to progress the sport forward without people dying while they're playing. You know, like I saw
exactly.
one of my teammates got a concussion from a nose sting ball when we were in Tucson, and like he was throwing up and stuff, and I was just like, yeah, man, he wouldn't survive. Like he would have survived pitch like in my head. That's all I'm thinking the entire time.
Absolutely not. Especially if you're like a newer team or like you're trying to get like one of your buddies to come in. You're like, dude, it's
Yeah,
such a good time. Like, come in, bro. They step on the court one time and get thrown at by like I don't know, like a keel, like throwing a
yo.
pinch ball. They're like, nope, I'm good.
Yeah, it's absolutely not, bro.
It's a one and done. But let's get into Cleveland. So precision wins foam.
Well, it was no sting. It was no sting.
Oh my God, I'm blanking. My bad.
Yeah,
My bad. It's like 8 o'clock right now.
it's all
I'm a
good. It's all
dad.
good.
I can use that excuse. I'm a dad.
That's crazy. You got dad hours, those are different.
Yeah, yeah. After like 6:30, 7 o'clock, my brain kind of turns off. I'm ready for bed.
I feel like honestly, I don't think anybody planned on reading that headline that you just read ever.
True.
Not in this era. Not in this era. Not with the teams that went, and definitely not in this era.
Hey, don't talk that down. That's still an accomplishment. So let's talk about precision winning no sting.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so we had no keel, right?
No kill. No kill.
Who else were we missing?
We were missing Jason. I'm pretty sure everybody's familiar with him.
Jason Blue.
And yeah, Jason Blue and Tyler Steffi. Tyler Steffi's on injury right now. Jason Blue was just like, I'm just not traveling to that right now. So y'all got to figure it out. So I was like, all right, bet.
Where does Jason live now? He lives in Chicago.
He's actually back in Jersey, I believe. So
Oh,
yeah, he moved back for a little bit. I'm not mad at it.
okay, okay.
Yeah. So now my team is like officially on the East Coast, which I really just appreciate because I really just wanted to make an East Coast team. So it's cool.
Flights like all over the place.
Oh yeah.
Our old Impact team was all over the place, man. We had people out in Ohio, Florida, like Pennsylvania.
Sheesh, dude. It's crazy. I could have sworn y'all were all from this like a little bit upper east. That's interesting actually.
No,
Dang,
no, all
man.
over the place. Yeah. So we were missing those players. So who do we replace those players with
So replacing them, well, I don't want to say replace, that doesn't sound good. But
for the tournament? Who filled in Tyler Steffi's shoes and Jason
Tyler
Blue's
Steffi shoes,
and
oddly
Akil?
enough. So so like the way I recruit, I pretty much recruit players that can replace players for the most part. So for Tyler Steffi, we had pretty much Kyle Rudman taking over. He's not really a young gun anymore. Like I think he turns 30 next year, oddly enough. But yeah, he's been playing for a while, but he's never just really led like a solid spot on the team. So I was like, you know what? Join us. Let's see what you can do. Beautiful corner work, just working really well. I guess my replacement for Akil would be Chris De Jesus. He actually joined us this year as well. And I announced it, and everybody was like, "No, how did y'all bring him out of retirement?" I was like, "He just said he wanted to play with us, so that's what we're doing."
Yeah.
So he's on our roster for the rest of the year. I think that one surprised everyone more than anything else, and he showed out like crazy, bro. Like Chris's influence on the court, like his poise, just his IQ was just absolutely insane. That's like combined with his execution, it was insane. And then we had free agents and Ben Stolfi and Justin Thomas. And honestly, I just needed like some solid role players. Like maybe my players are getting tired, maybe they're not, but I need a solid role players that could just balance this out and just overall just bring up the morale of the team. And they're just really just chill dudes. And they were just like, yeah, man, things aren't going our way. Or when they were going our way, they were just matching the energy of the team. So that was good. Gotta have the arm and Derek Smith, obviously. And we can't forget the milkman, bro. Come on.
Mr. Milkman. He
Yeah.
needs some milk.
Yo, that man is the funniest player I've ever played with in my life, dude. But literally just hitting his spots like crazy. Like it was just a beautiful combination of just a lot of just great teamwork and just everyone just remaining calm. Like things would go wrong from time to time. We just be like, let's just calm down and just win. And bro, undefeated in round robin, come on.
Facts, dude.
Yo.
Hey, undefeated for the whole no sting division.
Well, yeah, yeah, that's real.
Undefeated for no sting. Let's give Mr. Milk his milk. So I hate lining up against Sam Bryant, and like
that's real.
dude, I'll be honest with you. Like, we play semi-pro a lot, right? Like,
Yeah.
Dylan plays semi-pro, Taylor plays semi-pro, Quan plays semi-pro. I am always like, yo, give me that fucking side. I want the smoke always.
That's real.
I hate lining up against Sam. Number one, because he's a lefty. Because like his sliders and his curveball, he has crazy movement on everything.
Bro.
And like, I always try dodging into it, but like, it still gets me. And I'm just like, dude, I hate this shit.
Dude, if you watch that set, like the last set against us against Hex, like you just see Milk just going through fucking Ketchum's block every time. Every time he threw, he went straight through his block. And Ketchum was just, he got to a point where he's just like, I can't do anything. Like he just switched off, bro. Like it was bad.
It's tough too, because like you really can't practice like shit like that because number one,
Yeah.
there's not really a lot of lefties. And then number two, there's not a lot of lefties that like can really control where that ball is going if they want to move it.
Yeah, man.
Like you could do it with righties all day long. Like if I have a tournament where it's like a little rough, like I'll hit up a few people at Nutmeg and be like, hey, can you show up 20 minutes early and just throw curveballs at me?
Yeah.
Like, there's people I could hit up. But lefties, there's no one.
Dude, it's so misleading. Like, I honestly don't know what to do about it. Like, we tried to run him. He wanted to run center for Tucson. It didn't really work out for us that well. And I was like, Sam, I think I'm gonna put you back on corner for this weekend. And he was like, all right. And dude, just destroying everybody that lined up against him. It wasn't even close. And I was like,
Mhm.
this is it. This was the missing piece. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah, it's been working out. Hopefully we can continue it like for the rest of the tournaments going forward.
I would say the one thing that I've really noticed about you guys like the last like year or two, not that you guys have any like plus minus like negative players, you
Yeah.
guys just don't consistently have like a solid six that show up to every tournament.
Yeah, it's tough, bro. So we always have like a good four. We always have a good four, and I can probably equate that to myself, Akil, Milk, and honestly, sometimes it's either between Jason or Kyle. But we always usually have to pick up like two like late players to be our fifth and our sixth man, and then we always just want to subs, and it's tough, man. Like you never like dodgeball is expensive. I'll be honest with you. Like traveling is insane, housing is insane. I feel like the tournament prices have been going down this year, which I think is nice. But like people got obligations, man, and we're all old men at this point. So it's just like, what do I want to put my money towards? You know?
The USA dodgeball stuff was rough. The elite stuff back in the day, like you knew that you were playing in like you could literally pen it. Like we're playing in
Yeah.
Philly, we're playing somewhere in like Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey area. We're playing
Yeah,
in
dude.
Boston, and then some like we played in like Richmond one year.
hmm I got a question for you, actually, referring to that. Do you miss having like our little regional battles, and then we go to nationals, and then all four like sides attack each other? Do you like it more spread apart?
That's a good question because I feel like it was easier to plan against teams because
Yeah.
you knew that you were going to play them. I do miss kind of playing like the same teams consistently, but I also do like mixing things up. And
Okay.
if you know me, you know that like the schedules come out early. I know like every single team. I
Yeah.
may not know your name and you may not have any clue who I am, but I know everyone in your team. I know your play style. I know what you guys excel in, what you don't excel in.
Yeah.
So I feel like the reverse of that though. So people might be like, oh, who's this guy? Maybe they don't know, like everyone knows who like Bo is and Matt Levine, but maybe they don't know some of our other players.
Yeah.
So I feel like we have that advantage where we're more strategized and more prepared.
Okay. Okay. I
But
like that
I do
actually.
miss elite some of the stuff that elite used to bring.
He said, I don't miss A5, bro.
I don't miss 85, bro. Facts. Facts.
No, I feel that, honestly. I feel that. I think it was nice to just try to like watch tape against certain teams. And then I think what I missed most about it was just the camaraderie of the regions for a little bit. Like we would always just chill for a little bit, all talk at the same tournaments and stuff like that. And you would see each other like that often throughout the year that you could create like different types of bonds. Like I don't mind traveling, obviously, to like the West Coast and stuff like that. That's always fun. You meet new players, meet new people. It's always a good time. But I think I just miss like the family aspect of it a little bit, you know?
No, I feel that because you go to these East Coast tournaments and you have like 10 or 15 of your boys that you're like, yo, I gotta like meet up with them before we start playing, like catch up
Yeah,
with them. It's a little tougher with the USA stuff, but
no, I feel that.
for sure, for sure. Because I feel like USA dodgeball now is like what nationals used to be.
Yeah, no, honestly, yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. And then nationals is just like nationals.
Like
Like
we're all
nothing's just
here now. Let's
changed.
try. Yeah, like
Exactly. By like that second day, you're like, bro, I'm kind of beat.
yeah,
I played in 4 divisions. Like
bro. Man, we did eight
Steffi's still
divisions,
hungover
bro.
from like the next day.
That's crazy. Yeah, we went out last night, bro. It's gonna be a rough day. Like literally, bro.
I'm trying to remember. I think it was like that one Richmond round where
Yeah.
Steffi came in and my man had to be so drunk and hungover at the same time. He's like, yo,
Oh.
we were clubbing till like 3 o'clock in the morning. He's like literally like just laying down in the middle of the gym. I'm like, my bro is dead, literally.
This is before he played with us. It's gotten better now, but before he played with us. Dude, I remember Steffi just showing up and be like, yo, you want a shot, bro? And I was like,
Yeah.
what? Like,
Oh man. Bro,
nah, bro.
that's like back in the day, like white precision.
Yes. I figured this would come up at some point today. I know.
I was thinking about how I was gonna bring this shit up.
You know how that shit actually started, bro. So like,
I might have had like a little hand on that, but
oh, for sure.
that
For sure.
Boston round,
Bro, that shit was insane. I remember when we all just showed up. It was just all like the black people in precision. And they were like, dude, what happened? And then I remember Frankie just going, oh, so the good side of precision showed up for this tournament. Black precision. And I was like, what?
And then you guys had to post something on Facebook. You're like, this is not racially motivated.
Yeah, dude. You gotta do a PR run. You gotta do a PR run.
Oh man, yeah. Do you ever think about those boys? You catch up with them at all, or?
So oddly enough, the original captain of Precision is Billy Brewer. He and I are actually still pretty cool. Like we actually go grab drinks from time to time, chill, relax, catch up, see what's going on. He's still playing dodgeball. Like he plays for like Bolo and stuff. He doesn't want to really travel for stuff anymore, which is
Mhm.
fine. Like you never really grow out of the sport. You just grow out of how competitive you want to be for it. So like even when I like decide to like start falling back a little bit, I'm pretty sure I'm still gonna play. I'm just not gonna travel as much.
I feel that.
Yeah, Ron Rav ended up getting married. He's doing well. Tyler Westgate, he's got a kid right now. Like, and he hosts a league as well. Like, everybody's still playing. It's just they're not traveling. So
Okay.
yeah, we catch up every now and then. Honestly, I might just do like a reunion tour or some shit. Let's just bring everybody
Yeah.
together for it. Yeah, why not at this point? Honestly.
I remember in Minnesota for one of the nationals, we were like at the state fair and we're like in line, I think for like the Ferris wheel or something like that. And
Yeah.
like Billy just gets off and we're all trying to get on. And he's like, high five, high five. And he's going up and he's going down the line and he's Jimmy tapping everyone.
Dude. That sounds like Billy Brewer to me. That sounds just like him to me.
Yeah, I'll never forget like one of my first elite tournaments. I'm like, what the hell? This dude was wearing like jorts,
the
bro.
jorts,
The jorts, yeah.
Bro, he still plays in them, dude.
Gotta
He's never
respect
gonna
it,
get rid
man.
of him, man.
You know my boy Jeans, right?
Yo, yeah.
So for Nutmeg, we'll do like open gym for Halloween, and everyone
Yeah.
dresses up. And I literally dressed up as my boy Jeans, and I borrowed one of like his rec team's jerseys.
Oh no.
That shit was rough, bro. That shit was rough. I'm like,
Yo,
I don't know
it's-
how you playing this.
I would never, dude. And everybody gets mad at me because I play in sweats, and I'm just like, it's not that bad, bro. Not compared to
I
that.
feel like you could catch people off guard if you're playing in like jeans. They're like, there's no way this guy's good. And then you start fucking people up. And you're like, yo,
Yeah.
we got to respect the dude in the jeans.
That's pretty much what happened with fucking White Precision, honestly. I go
Yeah.
because you know Ron Rabb wore he wore the jean shorts too, so jorts, my bad, jorts.
Yeah. Yeah. These white dudes that are drunk as hell, like throwing balls at us in jorts, like they're not bad. What the hell?
Ain't I'm an error, Ryan. Ain't I'm an error.
Facts. All right, let's transition back to Cleveland no sting tournament. Yeah, so we had Justin Thomas, we had Ben Stolfi,
Yeah.
we had Chris DeJesus. So we had all these new faces. How was the chemistry?
Oddly enough, I think we started off pretty well. So I played with Ben Stolfi a couple of times before, and JT actually shows up to a lot of so we host like really competitive practices on the East Coast from time to time, like probably like once a month. We just tell every team that can come down, just come down. Like the last time we hosted one, we had about 6 teams in rotation. So it was like, it honestly was just a mini tournament, just a lot of good players. And I was giving JT tips the last time I saw him, and I was like, you know what? Dude follows orders well. Like he's really composed while he's playing. Let me see what he's got. Like if I take him to an actual tournament. And honestly, the same with Ben. When I played with him in Tucson, just really level headed. Like he would get frustrated at his play sometimes. We're just like, yo, doesn't matter. Let's clean it up. Let's work. You know. And it's like when you add like brand new pieces, because I think this was JT's. I think this was his third USAD tournament like ever.
Hmm.
And like when you add players like that don't really have the experience and they make it to a final and you see like the twinkle in their eyes, bro, and they're just like, yo, I've never been here before. Yeah, yeah. It's a really good feeling, man. It's a really good feeling. As
True.
far as yeah, go ahead, my bad. Go
No,
ahead.
no, my bad. Go ahead, go ahead.
So as far as Chris goes, you ain't really got to tell this man nothing. Like he's been playing since 2015. I remember the first time I saw him throw a ball. He was back in college, and I was like, he's probably gonna be one of the good ones. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a world's player, like very high IQ. He's already coached his own teams. Like he's captained his own teams. Like I had no issue with pretty much. I literally would talk to Chris and I'd be like, Chris, this is what's happening. This is what you're doing wrong. He'd be like, all right, bet I'm correcting it, and he would just correct it like that. You know what I'm saying? And you want players like that that can also lead as well as play that well. So.
Hmm.
Yeah, man, it was nice. It was nice.
Yeah, having Chris is definitely a good addition. Ben and Justin, they've been consistently showing up to tournaments. You've
Yeah,
seen they're like I play against them pretty often, and they have definitely had a trajectory going up, going to everything, recording stuff, asking questions.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
There's certain players like Chris DeJesus does this, Dylan does this, Shota does this, where they catch the ball, but they catch it with their hands up.
Dude,
That shit's
it
crazy.
is
I've tried it a few
insane,
times,
dude.
and I'm like, there's no way.
Dude,
There's
I'm
no
doing body
way.
catches all day, bro. I'm just like, man, just give me this, bro. Let me hug him
Exactly.
real quick.
Like they'll catch shit up here. It's like, all right, I'm never going for that. But then they'll catch a ball like this, and I'm like, yo, that is
Yeah.
crazy.
Freaking Chris, he has a football background, I think, and I think that's honestly where most of them get it from. So when they're putting their hands up like that, they're imagining grabbing a
Oh,
football and they're
yeah,
just
yeah,
moving
yeah.
back like that, bro. And I'm just like, I can't do this, bro. I'm just gonna stay in my lane. You know what I'm saying?
I got my brother to start playing dodgeball probably like a year-ish ago.
Oh
And
shit.
like one of the first times he stepped in the court, dude. So my brother Tyler, he's like 6'2", 6'3". He's got
Yeah.
a fucking arm. And he caught a ball, and I get so jealous of people like this. He caught the ball with his arms out, but like this far away. And
Oh
I'm
my
watching it
goodness.
from out of bounds. I'm like, bro, why can't I have that? I got the
Said
wrong genes, man.
I've worked so hard for this.
I've been playing like 10 plus years. I'm like, man, I got the wrong genes.
Bro, I feel that. I definitely heard that.
Yeah, so I mean, hey, you guys go undefeated for round robin, and then who's the first team you guys play in the playoffs?
So our first team in the playoffs was actually someone that's actually becoming my good friend, Tenny Terranelli's team and Tim Wells' team. I've known Tim Wells since pretty much the elite days. He was there for I've been playing 15 years. I've seen Tim Wells on the circuit since I started. So it was nice just seeing him come back and honestly just I don't even think he was captain of the team, but just seeing like a leader of the team just come out of retirement, just be like, you know what? Fuck it. I want to take my boys to the top. Let's see what happens. And they didn't do really well in round robin. Like on paper you would be like, okay, this is a scrub team coming out of New York. When they played us, dude, man, the coordination looked good. The counters were coming out like crazy. Teddy was going absolutely nuts against my team. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I think he might be one of the people that you should look out for, like come moving
Mm-hmm.
forward, because Tenney is absolutely insane. I know he's playing in a semi-pro right now too.
Yep.
So, oh my goodness. And Tim Wells, he always just shows out. But they had a lot of just great just talent on their team, and they were really coordinated. Like for a team that's their first like tournament together, I was just like, okay, this could actually be a problem. It was actually a harder team than the next team that we faced, which is hilarious because we almost lost that round. So that one went to overtime after no block. And I was just like, we
What team is
gotta.
this?
This was the Rockefellers.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that was
Okay.
Teddy and Tim Wells' team. So
Yep.
that went to overtime for that game, and I was like, yeah,
Oh, that
we
went
gotta
to
clean that
overtime.
went into overtime. They
Oh
almost knocked
shit.
us out. Yeah. So I
God
was like, we
damn.
gotta clean it up. We're not gonna win if we keep playing like this, guys. And everybody was
They
like, yeah, you're right. You're right.
they had some old Arkham boys too, right?
Yeah, so I think they had two old players from Arkham, and then I think the rest of their players were league players.
Mm-hmm.
And absolutely just insane work, and they were doing work the next day in mix two. We're not gonna talk about mix though. We'll get past. We're gonna skip past that for
We'll
now.
talk about that for like 20 seconds. You'd be like, yeah, I was there. I participated.
No, literally, literally, dude.
Yeah, no, Tenny's definitely like an up and coming player.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I always do like my research on players. So we had that semi-pro draft like a month and a half ago, and I
Mhm.
had him like third round for me, but I had like the first overall pick. But I
Yeah.
wanted to draft him. Um, but yeah, no, yeah,
Would have
definitely
been a
a
good
good up
choice.
and coming player for
Oh
sure.
yeah.
And you can
But
tell
yeah.
he wants to learn too.
Well, Tenny's been traveling like crazy. I think Tenny has been to a tournament almost every other week at this point. So wants to
Really?
learn. He comes to our practices as well on the East Coast.
No shit. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
he travels a lot for dodgeball. Like he's hungry. So
Hmm.
we're here for it. That's the type of players that you want, honestly.
Yeah, true. Yeah. And then, like you said, Tim Wells has been playing a long time. So when
Yeah.
I saw Tim out there, I'm like, yeah, they'll be all right.
That's real. How he's still doing split dodges in the air? Who knows? Who knows?
Man. Um, I was telling someone the other day about Joe Tats, like before his
Mm,
surgeries. I'm like, Joe, the first time I played him, like legit did a split in the air. And I was like,
bro.
I felt his ass hit the ground on the other side of the court. I'm like, what the fuck?
Freaking 260 pounds of pure rage, bro.
Yeah. And then he comes up right afterwards, like 15 Bud Lights deep, and just like throws a shit out of the ball. You're like, what the hell? This
Bro,
guy's a machine.
absolutely. He still has that cannon. I don't think he's
No,
ever gonna lose his
facts.
arm. Yeah, he's never gonna lose that arm. But
Facts.
you can definitely
He,
see the wear and tear from what he's been slamming his body on the ground for all these years.
he's gonna be like 65 years old, and like he's not gonna be able to do shit. He'll probably have like carpal tunnel, but you hand him a ball, he's gonna fucking chuck it.
He's still gonna chug it.
He's gonna be teaching little Joey how to play dodgeball.
I'm excited for that, man. That's gonna be good.
So who do you guys play in the second round?
So the second round was actually Jordan Porowski's team. And I can't remember his they were at a 2v2 the weekend before, but I can't remember his name right now. I think it was Justin something. But they
Hmm.
were like a purely Pittsburgh team. So they still been actively
Was
playing
it
in
Eagles,
leagues.
right?
I
Steel
think
Eagles or
yeah,
something like
still
that?
Eagles.
Mhm.
Still something. Not still Eagles. I can't remember what team that was. But Star it was like Star City something. I can't remember. I should have checked this before I fucking got on this. But honestly, because this is the thing. This is the thing. Like everybody was just like, this is a rec team, blah blah blah. No one cares. But those are the same guys that are playing with each other at least 4 to 5 times a week, like all the time. And
Hmm.
like a lot of people don't really realize, like it doesn't really take just having that star player on your team. You don't have to know these players to think that they're going to be good or not. Like there's a reason that they got like I think they got like what maybe like 6 or 7 seed or something. Like they seeded really high.
Hmm.
So the fact that they were seeding good and playing well is literally it was all chemistry. And granted, it's not really a testament of whether they did well enough. I guess I think we 4-1 them or something like that. And that's not really a testament of how well they were playing because they played well, but it's more so I think we all just get so caught up in these star players instead of realizing that dodgeball is a team sport at the end of the day, and they played well as a
6v6, man.
yeah, dude. They played well as a team, and that's why they made it to semifinals at that tournament. Like, and it was a no contest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
If you give me the opportunity to play with like five talented players, but I know they won't listen, or five like pretty solid players, but I know they'll listen,
yeah,
give me those five players all day long.
100%, 100%. It's just it's strategy based, man. You can't. These all stars don't matter because they all want to shine, bro.
The way that I look at it is like certain players, like a player for me is like a bad player, a good player, or a player that could win you a series or also lose you a series.
Oh
And
yeah.
I'm not a big fan of playing with players like that.
I like that actually. I agree with that 100%. I have one of those. But I agree with that 100%.
Damn, I wonder who you're talking about.
Nah, everybody knows who I'm talking. When you play this recording, everyone's gonna be like, "We know what he's talking
Yeah,
about."
I'm clipping that shit. I'm sending that shit to
yo,
him.
send that, add that one to the gram, bro. For sure. It's not even gonna be a question. They're just gonna be like, "Yeah, yeah."
Yeah. They like make like that play. You're like, fuck yeah, that's my boy. And then like they don't listen. They throw up a catch. Like you got 5 balls, and you're just like, what? You should have
You're
won
like,
that shit, bro.
no, I'm just like, that's my boy.
Yeah,
like
exactly,
the same
exactly.
way, bro.
You're just saying a little different.
But yeah, honestly, yeah, I like I said, I can't remember their names right now, but solid Pittsburgh players. Jordan, like I said, I know Jordan Prowowski was on the team, and honestly, he's a great captain. He's always been a great player. He played around our era as well. I think he played for you remember?
This is Jordan Perkowski, right?
Yes, Jordan Bukowski.
Okay. Yeah. So he played with Night Shift.
Yes,
Hmm.
That's exactly what I was thinking of. And like he was always talented then, he's still talented now, man. You could tell he's been in the lab and just like working his guys up. So props to
He
them,
also
man.
played for Team US or not Team USA, Team Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
where I'm pretty sure that's where he started.
Man, anybody that plays with Team Austin ended up good. That's like their entire roster, they're all still active, they're all still good. So
Hmm. I don't really like know him personally, but I'm pretty sure John Oreo was in Cleveland. He's like a fucking OG.
yeah, he was there. He was
He was
there.
there. Yeah. Yeah.
He was on their team as well. And oddly enough, I should remember that because he was at the 2v2 as well.
Okay.
So yeah, he played well there. Tyler Steffi was his teammate, so you know he played by himself for the entire day. And
Steffi was drunk or he wasn't listening, or is it
Steffi
both?
showed up at the end of round robin. They had one more
No,
round robin game, and Steffi showed up
no.
for it. And John was just like, "Bro, what the fuck is going on?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's your teammate right there, bro. That's why I'm not playing with him."
I
That's
got some crazy shit to tell you, right?
go
So
ahead, give me some, give me some.
you remember Terrell Hayes?
Yeah.
All right, so Terrell's probably not gonna watch this, but if he watches this, he'll agree. So Terrell and I were frenemies, bro. Like I did not like him, he did not like me. We always
That's
kind of
real.
went at it, like we're like jawing at each other on the court, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, what flipped the switch, but we became like fucking friends. So we went
Oh
from like
shit.
enemies to like frenemies. And I want to sign up. So like those 2v2 tournaments back in the day, I
Mhm.
always wanted to sign up by myself. I did not want a teammate. I wanted to do their shit on my own. And
Bro.
and Terrell one time was like, "Yo, I want to play with you," and I'm like, "Okay, fuck it." And then we started doing all the 2v2s together.
Yeah. I heard that, man. You know who I was with, so we got a lot of honestly, we got a lot of wins and like top three finishes with that, man. I'm never mad at the 2v2 era two era was a very interesting era, bro.
Yeah, it
Like
was like 8.5 2v2s, and then
yeah,
like
dude.
Elite started to mix in like that one no sting round. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
And then COVID happened, and then USA Dodgeball happened.
Yeah. Honestly, just like that. Just
Literally,
like that.
literally. All right, so you guys play Hex in the finals.
Man.
Talk about it.
Look, bro. I'm gonna just be real with you. You can keep this shit in here. We fucking bodied them the first two rounds. You watched that stream, bro. They were not looking like Hex. Honestly, they didn't have all of their core roster. I think they only had like a solid three or four. But those first two rounds, we were in their heads like crazy. Milkman was hitting his shots. You want to know who I forgot to mention? Jordan Shelley. But you know we're gonna talk about that no matter what.
We're talking about Jordan. We're talking
Yeah,
about
no
Jordan.
matter what, we're gonna get to that. But freaking those first two rounds that went through, I was just like, yeah, man, we pretty much got this in the bag. I was like, they're not playing as a team. We're busting through their blocks. Like they couldn't really stop us. We were unstoppable. And then we get to game three, and I specifically remember this. Pine throws a nasty curve at Milkman, and the Milkman tries to block it down. When he blocks it down, he hits it over. Pine gets a four bagger on us, bro. It was absolutely insane. And I was
Wait,
just
for real?
he killed four people in one throw. It was horrible.
Oh
It was
man.
horrible, bro. And then we lost that game, obviously, because like, you're not recovering from that. Like, not a four person play. And like, you could tell it started demoralizing the guys a little bit. And I was just like, hey, don't worry about that. That shit was actually just that lucky. Like that shit never happened in the sport, but it
I don't
did
think I've
happen,
ever seen that in my life. I've seen
bro.
plenty of three hitters, but not a four.
It was insane. Like I hope he submits that as far as like his highlight clip because bro, it was
Wow.
nasty. It was nasty. And then the next game we had to like try to like get our bearings back. So we ended up losing that one as well. And I was like, you know what? We got to just try to figure out how we're gonna play these guys. So I was just like, look, I don't care if we only have one ball left after this. I just want y'all to start dumping. So Milkman started going heavy on counters, just knocking through Cutchin's block nut. Like every time we only had one ball, they were just like, all right, what are we doing? I was like, give me the ball. Every time I went for that ball, got three back, and I was like, all right, let's reset. Let's start playing again. Like
Yeah.
it became just a seamless like rotation of just strategy and just pretty much just trying to power through them. Like I think everybody thinks that my team doesn't really have chemistry because it appears like we're just all running all over the place and blah 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 and there's a lot of shouting and dancing and stuff like that, but they don't understand that's pretty much just that's a part of the chemistry, man. Like if I'm dancing, Milkman's dancing. If Milkman's dancing, Jason's dancing. Then you see a kill doing his little shimmy. If we're
Yeah.
dancing, we're honestly the most dangerous team on the court. Like, and I think nobody actually realizes it's like, okay, they're just fooling around. No, we're not fooling around, but we're actually in it right now. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
we're dancing, we're synced up, bro. It's like a fucking salsa or some shit, bro. But yeah, fucking. So we get through those two games, those four games, and they end up winning.
So it's 2-2 now.
Yeah, it's 2-2 now.
Hmm.
We ended up winning the third because I decided to just switch gears and just like make myself a target as best as I possibly could. Got a snag, got a kill right afterwards, and I was like, okay, let's just try to keep the momentum up. So slowly but fiercely, just busting them down as best we can. We end up winning game 5, and then we go to no block for game 6, and just doesn't work in our favor. Honestly, just doesn't work in our favor. They got a lot of just nasty curves, a lot of just strong arms and catch them and pie, and I'm just like, well, okay, we could take this L. So let's figure out what we're gonna do for this final game. Final game comes up. The start is okay. Derek throws a nice one off the rip, gets an easy kill, but he gets knocked out immediately. So I'm just like, okay, well, we got to figure this out. Milkman gets hit, and I try to take that as an opportunity to rush catch him. Pie encounters me immediately. They only have one ball, but Pine was just like, you know what? It's worth to just kill him right here. So Pine just gets rid of their last ball for free on me, and I'm just like, oh. Like, so I'm like, okay, we can't get balls back. We can't figure out any strategy. I think we had 3 people left on the court. I can't remember who was left, but I know those 2 get knocked out. So remember, the first person already got eliminated, and then we're left with this boy, Jordan Shelley, bro.
Big Dick Jordan Shelley.
Oh my goodness, bro. I have never had a more proud like mentor moment in my life. So I remember the first time I played with Shelly, dude, and he was just pretty much a green kid. I think he started playing when he was like 16 or 17. I'm in my mid-20s,
On the
bro.
Bulls.
Yeah, bro.
On the
Like,
Bulls.
I'm already like an old man in the sport at this point. I'm just like, who is this kid, bro? He's like, I want to get better. I want to train harder. Show me how to do that. And pretty much he was just asking me for advice, like getting tips, just improving every time I saw him. And I was like, you know what? When you leave that team, let me know who you want to play for. Ended up joining us for the last couple of years. Been a perfect fit. I'm not gonna lie to you, but not the point. So, point being, because I pretty much have just not trained him from the ground up, but I pretty much trained him in my strategy for the most part. Like oddly enough, one of my traits is I can win a lot of one versus all games, and I don't know how I do it. Well, I do know how I do it, but I try to just, yeah, pretty much. I try to just drill that strategy into anybody that I teach the game to. So as far as like my students, as far as like Rennie, Jordan, like they're the type of players that are gonna move as much as they can just to create options or just create opportunities for attack.
Yeah, bro, you got the whole court. Use it.
Dude, no, seriously, dude. And when you watch him during that last, like, I hope he submits that to the highlight video, to the highlight contest, because it is absolutely insane. Like the way he plays is perfect. Just setting up counter throws for easy counters on his part. Never going up without 2 balls just to make sure he always has an offensive option on his back pedal. Like everything. Not reaching for any silly catches because he's just like, yo, I can handle this. And the fact that he got through 4 people and managed to leap over an entire throw at mid range, like doing like a side split for a kill,
Mm-hmm.
bro. It is some of the most beautiful dodgeballs anybody's gonna see. And like scratch the ball type argument, scratch anything, blah blah blah. That is just beautiful dodgeball, and that's what you really just want to see out of just the next generation of players, bro. But yeah, man, I can honestly say like I don't think our team played terribly throughout that entire set. Like Hex is a great team. I'm expecting them to adapt to us whether we blow through them for the first 2 games or not. But being able to remain poised in a 1 versus 5 in a tournament life situation like that and just clutching it out, bro. It's a perfect win, man. It's a perfect win.
So there's 2 types of players when they're the last player on the court, right? There's
Yeah.
like the guy that's like running around, or girl. There's like that person that's running around, like freaking out, throwing a ball, giving up 4,
Yeah.
giving up 5, giving up 6, like just frazzled. And then you got Jordan Shelley, who's like,
Bro.
let me take the hit. They're gonna make a mistake. Someone's gonna try and go for this catch, right? Like to end the game.
100%.
And then, all right, like let me not give him 4. Let me get a ball here. Okay, like 2 balls up front. Like I am going to
Dude.
slowly pick you apart, and I'm gonna hit all my ball blocks, and I'm gonna win the fucking game.
Dude.
And he wasn't looking around
Perfect,
for
bro.
any of those balls. You guys did a really good job. So I watched the last game again. You guys
Yeah.
did a really good job of funneling the balls like from like the back line to the center ish court, and
Oh
then
yeah.
funnel it right back in. He was never like looking around. He was never nervous. Like he wanted
Yeah.
that shit. He wanted it.
Throughout the entire situation, man. And like I hope, like as far as like our US team goes and stuff like that, like again, I love my highlight players. I love my players that can get these clips or stuff like that or whatever. But I love my high IQ players like you, Levine, like players that can literally just change the pace of a game by literally just controlling it. Like these are my tools. This is what I know I'm good at. This is what I'm gonna do. And you're going to
Mhm.
make a mistake before I do. Like honestly, just the same way you said.
When people ask for advice, I always say like record, like practice your shit, right? Like
Yeah.
ask questions, ask advice. But if you're a really good player and I feel like you're the best player on that court, I'll tell you, we're playing to your pace. Like
Hmm.
if you want to play fast, like your team is playing fast and that other team is gonna have to play fast and they're gonna have to match your
Yeah.
pace. If you want to play slow, you're playing slow. And guess what? Now they have to play slow and they're gonna respect it.
Man. It's a good highlight, man. I don't think That's not our first elite. That is not our first USA medal. I gotta make that clear. That's not our
Oh,
first one.
no.
No, but it is only one of three for precision for sure.
Okay.
So honestly, it was just nice to. I haven't been in the winner circle for a little while as far as like the USA circuit goes, unless I've joined a team, but I've never been able to take just a group of people that I actually trust, you know? And I think that's the bigger picture for me, just like building a team from the ground up, recruiting the players and just being like, hey, I trust you on the court. I hope you trust me as your captain, and let's see how it goes. So I think that is probably the most humbling experience of it all. But I think the bigger thing for me is 6 out of 8 of my players that day, that's their first medal. Like that's their first medal. And the only people that actually have medals are me and Chris.
Yeah.
So for it to get to that point, they're just like, yo, thank you for getting me this. For it to be someone's third tournament and they walk up to me and be like, yo, I never thought I'd have this early. That's all I need, bro. Honestly, that's all I need.
Facts. Facts. Yeah, I've been playing for a long time. I've been blessed to practice and be talented and get
Yeah.
on talented teams. I've been on teams where it's like, yeah, I really not doing much. I'm just kind of hanging out. Like we win the tournament and you win the medal,
Yeah.
cool. But I've also been on teams where like I will never forget my first tournament when I won. There's
Dude.
definitely tournaments where you win and you're just like, dude, that was a fucking dogfight. Those are
Yeah.
my boys. Like every single player played a role. Like we all like dug deep and like collectively we won that shit. And
Yeah, man.
watching on Twitch, like I could tell just from watching, I'm like, that's how you guys had to feel.
Yeah, dude. The energy was just it was insane, man. Like and I like just seeing like my entire team just run around, celebrate, hold Jordan in the air. Like, no, honestly, to feel the energy of the entire gym. Like, cause it's just
Yeah.
like everyone in there wanted us to win. Everyone
Hmm.
wanted us to win. And I like just feeling that and it's finally not being, oh, he's just bullying everybody. I was like, no, man. I'm here for the guys. Like I'm here for the
Yeah,
guys.
facts. You guys are a fun team to root for, and Jordan's a super likable guy.
Yeah, man.
So I had people over that day, and this is how fucking crazy I am about
Yeah.
dodgeball. For anyone who's listening and they don't really know me too well, so I play once or twice a week. I practice. I watch shit. Like
Mhm.
I'm all in. If I'm not at a tournament, like you bet your ass, like I'm at least watching, listening, or I'll watch it back.
That's
So
real.
I'm literally I have guests over. I have my AirPods in. I'm outside on the fucking grill, and I'm listening to this shit. And they're
Bro.
like, "Last game, last game." Bro, I go in the house. I'm like sitting at the kitchen table. I'm watching it. Like my wife has some friends over,
Yeah.
and Jordan clutches the 1v5, and I'm like, "Oh shit! Oh shit!" I text Jordan, "Oh, Cap's my fucking boy. Let's go."
I love that
I
though,
was
bro.
so hyped for him, dude. I was so hyped for him.
Man. So it's such a perfect moment, man. It's a perfect moment, bro. Sheesh,
Couldn't
dude.
happen to anyone better.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly.
So you guys won the tournament. What is the first thing you're saying in that huddle?
Um, we fucking bodied it. No, no.
Wait, hold
No,
on, hold on,
honestly.
hold on. You guys shake hands with the other team, right? You're
Yeah.
in front of the camera. You're in front of Nick Danchenko, and you start dancing. And Nick Danchenko's going fa la 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 la.
So
Then what
he
do you
made
say to
a
your team?
so after the dance and all that stuff, I'm just like, yeah, man. So I joke around and stuff a lot on the court and all that, but I'm actually like a solid captain when we talk about stuff. So I'm really serious when we're in these huddles, and I'm just like, this is what we should be focusing on, blah blah blah, this that and the other. And it was pretty much just a reminder of like, yeah, man, for everybody that's ever doubted y'all, like, so one of the other like bigger memes with my team is like I pick up like the stragglers that nobody actually wants. So these are players that usually get rejected from the top teams, and everyone's just like, they're not good enough to do this, and they're not good enough to do that. And I'm just like, you're good enough to win a medal, or you're good enough to play for me, for sure. And I think, honestly, like, I don't want to really call anybody out like that, but even Jordan is not really playing with teams from his league. Milkman's not playing with teams from his league. Krista Jesus, he's not playing with his previous team. And like,
Hmm.
these are players that would just like, we don't think you're good enough to be with us anymore, so we're just gonna keep it moving. And I think the most important thing for me was pretty much to remind them, like, yes, you deserve to be here. Yes, you've been working hard to be in this position, and you have earned this today. You know what I'm saying? It's not a testament of my captain, and it's not a testament of anything that I've done. Y'all came here, y'all put your bodies on the line for me, and I just appreciate that more than anything else.
Yeah, it's a good team win. Tell the
Yeah,
boys too, like, hey, this is a good feeling. Like we're gonna feel this again. It's just not a one and done thing.
yeah, straight up, straight up, bro.
Same thing when there's like a bad tournament. I'll huddle us up and I'll be like, I want you guys to remember this feeling because it's not gonna happen again.
Hell no. Hell no.
Hell no.
And that's pretty much what we said in Tucson, bros. We lost first round in Tucson twice, like back to back. And I was just like, this is not the team that I wanted to bring here. You know what I'm saying?
We got first rounded in foam in Tucson, and that shit
Ugh,
sucked.
that is
We
tough,
only
bro.
played six because Nikki showed up late because he had flight issues,
Yeah,
and we were all gassed. Yeah, Filthy's a good team. Not to take anything away from them, but
yeah,
Filthy's
for
a good
sure,
team.
for sure.
But yeah, I was like,
That's it's
damn.
tough though, man. Especially when you're one of the teams that's projected to win too. Like going out first round like that, absolutely not, bro.
We had like an hour and a half, 2 hours to get ready for no sing, and I'm like, I'm fucking ready, dude. And no sing is my
Yeah,
ball type. Like,
yeah. You love to see it though, man. You were just like, all right, well, we lost for the we didn't lose for the day. We still got another division. like
facts.
and I try to honestly, even for Bo, I try to remind Bo that yeah, man, I know you want to be great at phone, but you're still getting good wins and proving that you're still a good player no matter what. Like ball type or not, like of course I prefer cloth, but anytime I'm playing foam, I'm still putting everything I have on the line for foam. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying my best for no matter what, just for the guys, just for the team, just to just prove it to myself, you know?
Mhm.
And I think honestly, the way y'all handle y'all huddles is the correct way to do it, man. Okay, all right, we didn't have that one, so let's clean it up. Let's just do it on the next one. That's it.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's it.
And that's like a good time to kind of like mentally reset, stretch out if you need to, take your tape off, like
Yeah.
retape your shit. I like to like bring a foam roller. I feel like my hoodie up, put AirPods in, find my little zen place if I
I
have
feel
to.
that.
Yeah. Or I'm
I got a
listening
similar
to
method, Ali. First after the loss, I go, all right, it's shot o'clock. We'll be back. Come on.
yeah,
Go
exactly.
go take a shot. Everybody talks about what went
Go take
wrong,
a
blah, blah,
shot.
blah. Come back into the gym, and I'm just like, all right, man, let me put some music on, get a little dancing. All right, we back. We back. Let's get
Do my
it.
little dancey dance.
Bro.
But yeah, shout out Dodgeball Database, correct? On
Yeah, yeah,
Twitch.
yeah.
Yeah, they've been like really doing it up.
Oh
Um,
yeah, great footage, man. Honestly,
Nick
even the commentating has
DeChanko,
been fucking great.
Megan
Dang.
McCaffrey, yeah, Bo was doing a lot of the commentating.
Oh yeah, I
They're doing a
loved it,
really good
man.
job.
How hyped they were just behind everything. It just made the games even more exciting, honestly.
Yeah.
I think even
So
Pierce got on there at some point too. Yeah, Pierce
oh
did the
yes, you're
finals.
correct. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
correct. Yep. So how did cloth go?
All right, so that
This is
shit ain't go
20
that
second answer.
bad. So the problem with taking a mostly foam slash no sting team is like you have to make that sacrifice for your cloth player. So my cloth players are actually Jason, myself, Akil, Chris, and Jeremy Meadows. So, well, Jeremy Meadows and Jordan Shelley. So, Jordan Shelley expressed to me that he wants to play for Clutch Mode a little bit more because he wants to be with a team that's traveling a lot more than we are. Like, we're going to hit a lot of tournaments, but we're not going to hit everything. Clutch Mode, if it's cloth, they're going straight up. And his main ball is cloth right now. So, he's just like, I want to play with them. I feel more comfortable on this team. I'm good with it. I'm going to play with y'all for everything else, but I know they're traveling. So, this is what I want to do. And I was like, all right,
Mhm.
bet. No sweat, no nothing. Uh, Akil couldn't make this round. Jason couldn't make this round. So pretty much our only arms for the day were just myself and Chris. And I still Rudman is still a great corner no matter what the ball type is, but you can tell he's still adjusting. Like he's a phone player at heart. So you can tell he's just still adjusting. So we had to figure out how we wanted to move our tools. And I think cloth is played like 8-5 is played. So it's a lot of transitions, it's a lot of rush downs. Like it's more so you have to pick your spots carefully. You can't just sling if you really want to sling. So like when it comes to a phone player trying to convert over to cloth, like they want to take that counter off the back line, you're not doing that in that ball. Like
No.
and that's not and like a lot of players can't really switch from that mindset. So when you take a mostly foam team with two cloth players, it can get a little tough. So I think we went 2-4 in round robin, unfortunately, after coming from an undefeated bracket. But it was a tough day. It was a tough day. And literally, we got to bracket play, and I was like, you know what? Don't worry about it. You already have a win for the day. Let's just do the best we can. Honestly, do the best we can.
Mhm.
So we ended up winning our first round robin game. I'm not sure. Do you have all the stuff right there?
No, I had it on like Total Sports Hub, but the website's a little confusing. I'm
Yeah.
also 29 years old and a dad, so maybe it's just me, but
You gotta stop
it probably
blaming
is
me.
just me. Hashtag ad.
That is insane, bro. I can't even remember who we played for our first bracket game. I know who was our first bracket game for that. Oh my goodness.
So
That,
cloth, in my opinion, cloth's a little tough. I feel like the way you play cloth. So I've only played one tournament, but I feel like
yeah,
cloth you play not to lose.
yeah,
Like you got the three
yeah.
minutes thing. The not having arms is tough. Like I played cloth and Pittman, and our team was pretty solid. We had some like newer players on our team, like I think his name is Quan.
Oh,
And
you
Dylan
think?
Cruz.
Oh, okay.
We had Taylor, we had Kyle Sander, we had Sean.
So
So we had,
so you had a good team. What's what you
yeah,
saying?
we're just a bunch of rooks out there. But I didn't have to throw the ball at all, so it was nice.
That's
But
crazy.
if I had to
That's
throw the
real.
ball, we were fucked. I throw a cloth ball with two hands. Like
Oh
I
my
can't throw that
God.
ball.
You got it. Dude, I will teach you how to throw this in Minnesota.
Absolutely
I'm not
not.
dealing with this.
Absolutely not.
Are
People
you
at
serious
Nutmeg,
right now?
people at Nutmeg, I'm not gonna be saying this shit on here, but people at Nutmeg, they'll be like, "Yo, are we doing cloth?" And I will respond with an emoji, and people will know what I'm talking about. People
Yo,
know what I'm talking about, and they'll be like, "At Ryan McComb," I'll be like, "Absolutely not."
that is horrible, bro.
I'll be like, "Those cloth balls should have never made it to the gym."
you you have players that are actually decent at it though, man.
No, yeah, hey, good for them. Like Ashley, she's a fucking beast. Like
Yeah, what the fuck?
Sean, he's good at cloth. Like there's people in Nutmeg that are taking this shit serious, and I respect it. But
Bro.
bro, if people are there, and like if Connecticut people are like, for example, in Minnesota, like I'll shag for flight all day long. If
Yeah.
there's Connecticut people there, I'll shag for them all day. If you guys ask me to shag, I'll shag. But me to play it, no.
I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. Try the new balls first. All right.
You gotta come out with like a new ball, man.
He said, I don't want to touch it at all, bro. You're
At
not
all,
listening.
bro. At all.
That shit is insane. But yeah, honestly, I agree with you. It definitely is a game that you play just to not lose. So like once you're pretty much up, that's when you can pretty much you control the pace. So
It's
you
like
get
sky
to a
zone.
point where it's just like, let's say I got six people against three on the court. Like I know no matter what, all I have to do is just not dump a ball so it's invalid and I can win this game, you know? So it forces that other team to play out of their box or out of their pocket and they have to start making mistakes. Once players feel uncomfortable, they always make mistakes. So it's pretty much a matter of just slowing teams down and just figuring out how you want to beat them.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. Just don't give up a catch. We're thrown late in the shot or the bird in.
Yeah,
That's it. Yeah. The other team has to get aggressive. They're gonna start making mistakes.
pretty much. Pretty much. And I think that's honestly what I miss about A5 the most because we played it pretty like quickly and intense for the most part, but we played it really meticulously as well. It would literally just be like we have to kill all these players, but once they're down, they have to work. And if they have
Have
to
to.
work,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just like, okay, well, it's cool because we can catch these and I know they can't. So it's just an easy day after that, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of like think back to like 8.5 days, and I have some stuff on like Google Drive from like 2016,
Oh
2017
shit.
still. And I'll watch them back sometimes. Like I was watching back like that Austin Nationals and like I
Mm.
believe it was 2000. I want to say it was 2019.
Yeah, I think it
And
was
we
19.
we played outsiders, we played thieves in the playoffs, and you just see all these guys that either don't play anymore or they were like extremely young.
Yeah, man. We don't get to the nostalgia talk. Honestly, I think that's the toughest part. That's the toughest part for me now, bro. Like, I remember when USA Dodgeball started, and a lot of like the players that were from the elite days were like, "Oh, they're trying to phase us out. They're trying to get rid of nose thing in A5." And I'm just like, "Nah, man, the game's changing. This is what the world is playing. So you either adapt with it or you don't." And a lot of players just didn't want to move with it. And like, it's always really nostalgic to just see like players that I saw as kids like growing up and like being adults now and they have families and stuff. Like I remember when outsiders were just I was still like in my late 20s, like when outsiders were like in their early 20s or their teenage years. And I think that's the most insane part of me. But now they have families and stuff and now they're the veterans now. And I'm just like, yo, this got really insane really quickly. You know what I'm saying? And then you just see players that won't even touch the court anymore. Sometimes they'll show up to a local and you're just like, yo, it's really nice to see you here. And like to bring that back, like the Giovancos hosted a 2 versus 2 tournament the week before Cleveland. And like the amount of just old heads that came out just for a 2v2 to just be like, yo, I haven't played in a long time. Well, they're still playing, but they're not playing competitively. But just seeing so many old faces just come out and just be like, yo, we're gonna put everything on the court just for today.
Mm,
And for it to be foam, that was the more interesting part, actually. So a lot of them haven't even touched that ball, and they're just like, "Yo, this is new. We're still gonna play. We're still gonna ball out." And it was just still a really just good time, man. But just catching up was just really nice too.
Wish I could have made that tournament. I sprained my thumb like 2 weeks beforehand, and I saw that there
Uh,
was like some spots that open, and Matt hit me up, and I'm like, I want to play, but
would have had fun, man. You would have. It was a really fun day. It was a really nice day.
so Matt Gvinko and Drew Gvinko,
Yeah,
they were like celebrity players to me, right? So I
yeah, dude.
remember like this is what 2015, 2016, like the first time I went to Vegas. But even before this, like I'm practicing at Sky Zone on like Friday and Saturday nights. It's 8.25 inch foam. Like I'm like just playing like grown adults that have no clue what's going on, or like
Yeah.
12-year-old children. There's no in between. There's literally no in between. And
That's real.
my goal is to like literally practice my ass off, get on like a good team, or like get my boys together. We're all gonna practice together, and then make
Yeah.
it to Vegas. And I went through all that UDC shit footage. I'm
Yeah,
talking
dude.
back in
When I
the
had
day
the
when you
YouTube
could
and
play.
stuff.
I'm talking back in the day when you could play with shoes on the court, or you could play with gloves. Like Doom won like what 3-4 years in a row.
Yeah, dude.
And I remember the first time I met Matt and Drew, and I'm looking at them like they're like fucking Jalen Brunson. And I'm like, oh my god,
Who
I don't know
are
how
these
to act,
guys?
dude. I don't know how
That's
to act. And the first time I played with Drew Vinko one time,
yeah.
and I was like, man, this is cool.
Man, just seeing those guys is really nice, man. Like that honestly refers back to like the East Coast family thing. Like I haven't seen Drew in maybe 2.5 years. Like it's been a long time. But
Mm-hmm.
literally, we used to always just party together, like after tournaments and stuff, catch a drink, whatever, like just talk shit like throughout the entire tournament. And it was like it was seamless. Like the reconnection was just seamless. He was still hitting flips on the court, fucking his body up, and he was, the
Dude,
usual.
soon to be dad.
Yeah, dude, seriously, man.
Yeah, Matt
It
Matt is
is
gonna be a dad too,
it is
or
insane,
is a
bro.
dad too.
He
I
is a
think, right?
dad too. He is a
Okay,
dad
okay.
too. He's got
Yeah,
another
yeah,
one
yeah.
coming. Yeah, he's got
Yeah.
another one. But yeah, man, it's just wild to just think about, man. And it's hilarious that you're just like, yo, they were the celebrities. I remember following the YouTube channel for UDC and all that stuff too, man. But I specifically remember, so when I started playing in 2010, and I had joined a super team that was already pretty much established. They were called Dance Party Vietnam, and they were pretty much winning
That is a
everything.
wild team name.
It is a wild, it's a wild team, nigga.
What the
But
hell?
dude,
Ooh.
they were winning everything. When we like our little we had a Chick-fil-A tournament that was like our major. They were winning everything, and they were just like, "Yeah, man, we think you're talented. Come play with us." And I can't remember a tournament I lost those first 2 years of my competitive years, and I was just like, I can't stay on this team. I'm never going to get better. You know what I'm saying? Because I
Yeah.
pretty much was like the eighth or ninth man.
Yeah,
So
you're
like
just
I
a
would get
role
some
player,
game
yeah.
time. But yeah, bro. But I was just like, I'm never gonna get better playing with this team, but I want to be as good as these guys. So they pretty much taught me everything I know. Jeremy Meadows took over pretty much my mentorship after they started like phasing themselves out because Pinch was leaving. And yeah, man, fucking Team Awesome came on the scene and they dethroned them one year, and I was just like, this is it. Now I gotta leave. And since then, man, it's just been I'm just trying to just do a path upwards for the most part.
Hmm. Yeah, for trajectory.
Yeah,
Um, man, I got some questions I kind of want to transition to.
dude, do that,
Uh,
do that.
all right, let's do it. So you and I jersey swapped like what 5 years ago, right? Four or
Oh
five
yeah, it's
years
been a
ago.
while.
Yeah. And you told me something when we jersey swapped, and I had no clue. So you were talking about how you had hip surgery, right?
Yeah, dude.
So talk about your injuries, because you had hip surgery. You tore your
Sheesh,
Achilles. You re-ruptured it, right?
dude. Man, I am probably, and this is when every time I say I'm old, most of my team is in their mid 30s and up. Like most of my team. And I'm pretty much in the middle of my team's age group, but my oldest player is 43. So like to put that in perspective. So like everybody on my team calls me the old man, even the 43-year-old.
You're 35 tomorrow, but
I'm
body
35
wise, you're
tomorrow.
like 55.
Dude, I have broken every finger on my throwing hand except for my ring finger. I ruptured my Achilles twice. I've had a lower hip surgery. I've had two hernia surgeries. And at this point, I'm pretty much becoming the bionic man, bro. But you're not supposed to laugh at that, right?
Do you still have that gray shirt?
I
You
still
know
have it.
exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly what
I
I'm
still
talking
got it.
about.
I got the one with the wolf on it too, bro. I still
Yeah,
got that
you know
one too.
exactly what I'm talking
Bro.
about.
But I think honestly, and I think my mentor Jeremy Meadows said something really important to me. Like we were doing like posts on Facebook when it was just like, what do you remember as a player for me? Blah blah blah. And he was like, yo, above all else, like I just really appreciate your heart. And I was like, I don't know what that means. And then he went further into detail, and he was just like, you have pretty much broken your body to its like limits for the most part. I've had to completely reinvent my play style 3 times because of the injuries that I've had. Like when I first started, a lot of people won't believe this, but Akil and I played very similarly. Like I was getting sideways, I was getting like 10 feet in the air, doing all those jumps and stuff, ball blocks, spins, all that shit. I fucked my hip up, and I was like, okay, well, we're not jumping that high anymore. Fuck my Achilles up. And I said, okay, we're not running anymore. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's just become a point where now I slide and I catch now, where I started off as just pretty much a speedy arm. But I I appreciated that comment the most out of anything because I feel like eventually we're all gonna just we're gonna age. That's kind of bodies change, bodies grow, they develop, they change, and it's just like you just gotta deal with just mortality in general. But I think what really defines like great players or the greatest players that I've ever seen are players that can overcome just any obstacle that's ever been thrown in their way. Like genetics fucked me up, and there's nothing I can really do to change that. But the one thing I did change is I got smarter. And now like I'm really big on just preventative maintenance. Like I stress to everyone, bro, stretch before you're playing, stretch before your workout, stretch before everything because anything can go wrong. And my first Achilles rupture was literally a freak accident, bro. Like I was at practice jogging. Like I was just jogging at practice and it just snapped because I hyperextended. And like everyone was like, what went wrong? Like I was like, I don't know. I stretched everything. It was just it's a freak injury. It just happens. And
Mhm.
the re-rupture was definitely my fault. I was breakdancing
Yeah,
labor
let's talk
cross.
about that. Okay,
Yeah, the
okay, yeah.
re-rupture. Go ahead, bro.
You posted something about like you were like at some tennis court. It's like
Yeah,
9 p.m. You're throwing balls at the fucking
getting
fence.
ready, bro. Getting
You're
ready for the
getting low,
return.
and I remember messaging you. I'm like, bro, I swear to God, you're gonna re-rupture your shit. Like,
Yeah,
please stop.
bro. I try not to tell people this story because it's so fucking embarrassing, bro. All right, you're getting exclusive details. So I was actually out on a date. I was on a date when I re-ruptured, and this girl was from Texas. We're gonna skip past this part, but I was trying to learn how to like do Texas line dance, and they be doing all this wild shit or whatever, blah blah blah. So the country folks are getting down, the banjos are playing, it's going insane. I was like, you know what? Fuck it, man. I feel great. So I go down and try to do a breakdance set. The set goes okay, and then I land after my freeze, and I just hear like, and I'm just like, no. And my date's just staring at me, and she was like, "That was so good," and I'm just like, "No," because I knew exactly what happened. I re-ruptured on
Oh
a
my
fucking
God.
date trying to impress somebody. That is insane. Yeah,
That's dude,
bro.
that's some shit. That might be like your great white buffalo, the one that got
No.
away. That's like the girl you marry and you have a kid with her,
Oh
and then
hell
and then
no.
and then your
Bro.
son is like, Dad, how did you meet mom? And you're like, I actually re-ruptured my Achilles.
That is
Trying to
insane.
line dance.
Bro, she dropped me so fast after that.
That's
She was
crazy.
like,
This like,
I
yo,
don't know
this
if I
man
want to
can't
sit through
keep
this
up.
injury.
Oh my
She
God.
got out of there, bro. She got out of there. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna call the ambulance and then I'm gonna dip.
yo.
That's crazy. Oh man.
Story of my life, bro. That's where I'm at right now.
I don't even know how to transition from that. All right,
Post
let's go.
it.
Let's go to this. Let's go to this. How often do you practice?
So I try to practice like dodgeball running drills on my own at least 3 times a week. It's usually myself, Rennie, and Akil outside. Like we practice a lot just on and off the court, stuff like that. But in between all of that, I still do 2 a days as far as like just conditioning my body. So I'll do some weight training, but I also do some muscle endurance stuff just to make sure that I can last a 12-hour day. You know what I'm saying? Like we're on the court for a really long time, a lot of sweat, a lot of bending, a lot of stuff. So I do a lot of range of motion stuff, probably in
Mm-hmm.
between my practice days. So 3 times a week dodgeball, 2 actual lifting days, and then on Sundays I'll do yoga just to make sure that my body's just limber enough. And like I said, that all goes back to preventative maintenance, where I'm just like, as you get older, like you're not gonna care about strength as much. You're gonna care about just how pliable you are.
Mm-hmm.
And like I'm a big advocate of yoga. Like I will fucking stretch all day if I can. All right.
I'm big on stretching. I'm big on saunas, and I'm really big on like PT band work.
I do like some band work. I do like some band work.
I'm like now mixing in like weights. I used to
Yeah,
only
man.
do weights, then I did band work for years, and now I'm like doing band work and weights again.
The elasticity is more important, man. Like you should definitely just condition and strength train yourself for sure, just to make sure your muscles are good. But bro, the endurance comes from all the stretching and just pretty much repetition, repetition
Yeah,
all day.
honestly, yeah. So you've been playing for a long time. What's the coolest city that you've been to?
Coolest city I've been to. That's an interesting question, actually. Huh. Actually, the one that we're about to go to. So, some of the most fun I've ever had, like traveling for dodgeball, would be the nationals that we had in Minnesota. And I think that was either 2017 or 2018. And I think that was my third nationals. But literally just exploring the city. We met this married couple that just got married. They were just like, "What are you guys here for?" Dodgeball. They ended up showing up at the tournament. Like it was like, no, it was
No,
wild, bro. But she was just like, "Yeah, well, we're already here. Is the venue free?" And I was like, "Yeah." And her and her
no
husband came and they were just like, "This is really
way.
intense, bro. Thanks for inviting us." And they went out drinking with us the next day afterwards.
Of
Like
course.
yeah, it was just a really just a real time, man. A lot of good energy, a lot of good vibes, a lot of good playing. Like that was probably the one that made me just be like, I think I love this sport and I think I'm in it for the long haul type deal. So yeah, man, definitely Twin Cities for sure.
Hmm. That state fair is crazy.
Yeah, dude,
It's like a
man,
whole ass city.
I loved it, bro. I
Like a
loved
whole ass city.
it.
All right, and let's finish with this. So we actually have a good amount of questions that were
Oh
asked
God.
on Instagram, and we have a fucking troll. A troll. I don't know who it is. I'll ask you the questions. You can tell me who it is just by these questions.
Okay.
We're gonna finish with the troll. All right. So we'll start with Kim. Kim asks, I was happy to see Precision win in Cleveland. What does this win mean to you?
Hmm. Honestly, it just means a really big return for me mostly. Like when I re-ruptured my Achilles, that's when I realized, or rather I thought that that was pretty much the end of my like competitive career. They couldn't really attach it back the correct way, so my doctor was just like, "Yo, you will never run or you will never sprint again." And that probably hit me harder than anything, and that's when I started developing more of a like a slide game. Like I never used to slide this. Like you played me for a long time. I never used to slide on the court as much as I do now, and it forced me to just adapt again and just change. So a win now just honestly, man, it just fills my heart with fire and just fills me with love, man. And just knowing how many people just not just respect the game or just respect how long I've been in it. They appreciate the fact that I still am trying and they want to see me win. And it's never been like that before. Like no one has ever wanted to see me win. And for an entire gym to just be screaming our name, cheering with us, just pumping with us, man, it was everything to have it again. It was everything. And I hope I can just get a lot more.
Never forget that feeling too.
Yeah, dude.
Kim also asks, what is it that keeps your passion and drive for the sport so high?
Um, oddly enough, the next generation. The next generation. Um, I only plan on playing for maybe like 2 to 3 more years, honestly,
He says
tops.
that now. He says it now.
Everybody says that it comes back. We just laugh at Decker now. We know Decker's gonna come out of retirement, no matter what. Like we know.
Kyle Roth is coming back. It's just a matter of time.
100%, bro. 100%. But
I
I've
love Kyle,
gotten,
but that man posted on Facebook 30 times he's retired.
bro. He
This is
still
no
hosts
slander,
tournaments.
Kyle. If you ever see this, I'm sorry. This is no slander, but
He still hosts tournaments, bro. Of course he's coming back. He's coming back, bro. But the next generation, like I remember seeing a lot of the kids now that are pretty much like the A-listers now just coming up. Like Dylan Cruz, I remember his first tournament, he lost to an all-women's team at an open tournament. And from
I
him to
remember that.
go, yeah, dude, everybody
Everyone
remembers
was
that.
cheering. Everyone
Dude,
was cheering.
from them to go from that to Dylan is literally one of the best players in the world right now. I fucking love it. I love it, man. I love it. I love being able to coach up the next generation as far as like Rennie and Shelly goes. Like I love seeing the light in their eyes, the passion that they have, like the passion that I for sure once had in the sport. Like, I mean, I'm still hungry for sure. I ain't going out there to lose.
Yeah.
But it's nice to just see them go, yo, you see that? Yo, I did that. I did that. You taught me that. And I'm just like, yeah, man. Yeah, seriously. So I think like after this, like what's gonna keep me in the sport for sure, like I do want to just start moving into coaching slowly. I don't want to do it right now because I want to play. But my drive is literally let's grow the sport more, let's coach more, let's get this next generation ready for what it's gonna become because dodgeball's gonna be big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree. Steffi asks, who annoys you most on the team? We know the answer, right?
All right. Okay. Hold on. There are two answers to this.
Is it like
Steph,
a drunk person and then like a sober person? Same
literally,
person? Yeah.
literally, Steffi knows for a fact I cannot stand his existence, but he also knows that he's my brother and I will kill for him without question. This man will call me at midnight and be like, "You know I love you, right?" I'm just like, "What are you calling me for, bro? Like, why are you calling my phone right now?" And then the other answer is the man I've been playing with for the last decade would be Akil. Akil is literally the most talented player athletically I've ever seen in the sport. Without question in my eyes, I've never seen anybody move the way that he moves and stay as consistent as he does. And he trains a lot less than most of us, so I don't know how he still moves like that. But everybody thinks I'm yelling at Akil for no reason. Akil tells me to yell at him. All right, to be clear.
Yeah, you have your boys. Like if you ever see Sean and I like really going at it,
Yeah.
this happened last year at a semi-pro tournament. We were all super drunk. We kept on giving up five, and I was legit yelling at him. And
Dude.
like Giancarlo was like, "Yo, break it up, break it up." I'm like, "No, we're good. Like
Yeah, dude.
we're not gonna fist fight. Like we've known each other for like I don't know 16, 17 years. Like
Dude,
yeah,
and that is a difference, man. He is honestly my brother. Like, I love his daughter to death. Like, I know most of his family at this point. He knows a lot of my family at this point. Like, it's just like we grew up with the sport together, and like we yell at each other and stuff like that because it's literally all love. And it's just like I know what you can do, so make sure you fucking do it. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much
yeah,
all it
yeah,
is.
for sure. Amanda, so this is Amanda Luce from Nutmeg. She asked most and least favorite person to face on the court and why.
uh, hmm. That's interesting, actually. That's interesting. So. This could actually be a very cliche answer, but Mike McGee has my number. Mike
No
McGee has my
way.
number. So for pretty much when they came on the scene, I knew Mike McGee was going to be something special. Like when he played with shooters, and then we first played him, and he was throwing 8-5 harder than anybody in the gym, and his release was just absolutely insane.
And
He's
he's like
still,
16.
yeah, and he's like 16. I'm saying he has no injuries. He's young. He's going to be a killer. Like he's going to be a killer. The problem that I have against him is he just does everything better than me. Except for maybe catching, like he does everything better than me. His release is quicker, his accuracy is insane, his agility is insane, his IQ was up there. Like he is the one player where I've just pretty much had an issue just figuring out how do I win this 1 versus 1. And I just go, you know what? Fuck, let's team throw him. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, you got to team
aside,
throw him or catch him. Like he's
yeah,
gonna throw through your ball every time.
seriously, dude. But on top of that, the player that I'm looking at right now is actually Aaron Goodwin. So
Mm.
so the first time, so usually like you always have a pretty much like plan of what you're gonna do on the rush, stuff like that, blah blah blah. We played I was just a sub for Filthy when we were playing foam. And I remember
This is at
just
nationals, right?
this is at Nationals. This is at Nationals. And I remember just seeing this man pump his legs through the floor. Like when Aaron runs, you hear that shit. You can hear his body move. You can hear him breathe. He's like, it's like the fucking juggernaut just walking up to you. And I'm just like, yeah, man, I don't know what to do about this.
Yo,
So
and
he's,
Aaron is yoked too. He's not
dude,
just fast. He's like
yeah,
fucking.
man.
He's built.
He is a very rare talent, man. And it's just like that was between trying to get through Mikey's defense and literally just trying to figure out how can we win this rush? We can't. Someone might die, or you just got to get low enough so that's counter throw doesn't come out. Like those are probably like my two big problem players right now. Oddly enough.
Mm. In Chicago, I think it was after the first day, he came to my hotel room and we were like, it was like a group of people, we're all drinking and stuff.
Yeah.
And this is like the first time I've had a real conversation with him. And I look at him and he works for the Atlanta Braves. I don't know if you know
Okay.
this.
Oh, I
He
did
works
not
for the
know
Atlanta Braves. And I literally looked at him. I'm like, bro, are you Mr. Freeze?
that. Why did you say?
You
Go
know,
on,
do you know
bro.
what I'm talking about or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what.
Okay, so for anyone who's listening right now and they don't know what I'm talking about, Mr. Freeze will run. It's like I'm assuming the seventh inning stretch, and they
Yeah.
give like a random fan like 100. I don't know, was it 100 feet head start or like a 10-second head start, whatever it is, and they always fucking lose. And I'm like, bro, are you Mr. Freeze? And he's like, no. I thought he was gonna say yes.
He is that fast though, bro. He is
He's so
that
fucking
fast, for
fast.
sure.
He's so fucking fast. Justin Thomas asked, how do you maintain longevity in dodgeball? How has your playstyle changed over time?
Oh, oddly enough, I think we covered most of this. To be
Yeah,
honest, Justin, you gotta listen to the interview. It's all in there.
facts. All right, let's move on to the next question then. Matt. So this is Matt Anzaletti from. He's one of my boys.
Okay.
100 dudes versus one gorilla.
I knew this shit was gonna fucking happen, bro. So, scientifically speaking, we can win, but about
1,000%.
yeah, but about fucking 70 of us are gonna die for sure before that happens, though.
Easily, yeah.
Yeah.
I always say like, all right, I'll ask you the question: 100 white dudes from Connecticut or 100 black dudes from Maryland? Who like? Do we both stand a chance?
No, well, I don't know, man. Genetically, y'all gonna get fucked up.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, bro.
Like we'll
It does
probably
depend on the
win.
dudes. It depends on the dudes, bro. That's for sure. But we can win that. Y'all can win that too. Probably. It's just gonna you're gonna have a lot more depths than we are. I can promise you that shit.
Yeah, facts. We're gonna have to be like more strategic about it.
Yeah,
Someone might have to sneak in like a gun. I don't know.
that's a wild. I knew the 100 gorillas question was gonna come up, bro. I fucking knew
Oh
it.
man, yo, unless that gorilla's Harambe, then
Yo,
Harambe came back from the dead. Like we have a lot of
RIP,
questions to
bro.
ask Harambe.
he could have saved the world, bro.
He probably could have stopped COVID.
No, really?
Who's to say no?
That's real. That's real.
All right, then we got some dancing questions. Frankie asked, "What dance move should Ryan perfect as a white dude?" And as you're thinking about this, so I am currently working on the Cha-Cha Slide and the YMCA. And I've been working on this shit for about 10 years and I almost got it down.
Oh shit. Bro, I'm telling you, bro. You gotta get a solid cha-cha slide in, bro. This is why. This is why. YMCA, it's a stationary dance, bro. You don't need that in your life, bro. You need a cha-cha slide. You can learn some rhythm. You might develop a little white boy two-step, a little white boy two-step to be like this. Yeah, you might get that up in there. But yo, definitely cha-cha slide for sure, bro.
Okay. I've been working in some celebrations, right? So you know who the Rizzler is?
Yeah, I do actually.
Okay, so I've been booming for about a year now.
Oh,
Like
shit.
that's my celebration. I end the game and I boom. But this season, right, I switched it up. You know how John Morant always gets in trouble with the celebrations, the gun celebrations?
Yeah, 100%, bro.
So I'm not doing gun celebrations. I'm doing grenade celebrations. So I literally like pull the pin, fucking throw
I'm here for that, honestly.
it.
we gotta keep it PG at least, bro.
Gotta. I'm not gonna pull out like a fucking RPG over my shoulder or something. And then Mackenzie from Connecticut, she goes, "Where did you get your dance lessons from?"
That's actually pretty good. So, I've pretty much been a dancer my entire life, but I've like actually studied contemporary, which is like it's like a jazz ballet, and I was a break dancer from 16 until I say break. I was a breaker from 16 until maybe like my early 20s when I got my first hernia surgery. That was actually one of my first surgeries. I was playing dodgeball and breaking at the same time, and my lower abdominal wall was like, bro, we're just gonna break right now. So yeah.
As this interview gets longer and longer, you just throwing up more injuries. Like, what the fuck? You said hernia. You just casually brought that up. We've been talking about hip surgeries and Keeley surgeries, re-rupturing your shit on a date, and now you're like, yeah, my hernia surgery.
Yeah, bro. Look, I'm injured like shit, bro. I'm an old man.
Oh,
like, what
man.
you want from me, bro? But yeah, contemporary breaking, and my favorite dance style currently is house dancing. It's a much older dance. Came out like the 80s. It's just a lot. It was like old techno music and like old house music, like garage house. So yeah,
Okay.
a lot of footwork, man.
I got a question from an OG, and I saw this, and I was like, oh shit, he saw this.
Oh shit.
Shadid.
Oh shit.
How did you get the nickname Marcus the Heat Morgan?
This is an interesting question. All right, so
So on a date. No,
I'm gonna give you a quick timeline. So my favorite video game character growing up was this character named Heat from this game called Buster Groove. And pretty much I adopted that nickname through like my adolescence into my teenage years. And through my teenage years, it like went into my gamer tag, my music name, all of that. The reason that the name Heat has stuck during dodgeball is not something that I'm too proud of, oddly enough. A lot of people actually don't know this story. Um, there was kind of this psychopath that used to play dodgeball. RIP, he's not with us anymore. But his name was Alex Fitz. And one day he hosted a tournament. His team was cheating like crazy. So I'm pretty much just shouting at them for the entire tournament, blah, blah, blah. And this kid walks up and actually like slaps me. I beat the shit out of that boy. So This is all in a tournament. This is all in a tournament. Is that a tournament? So I'm pretty much pounding him into the ground. There's a team there called Power Lords, and they're just like, oh, so that's why they call him Heat. So pretty much every tournament that I went to, my reputation for being this like really aggressive, loudmouth, like hot to temper dude just started traveling everywhere. And instead of just like erasing the name completely, I was like, you know what, fuck it. Let me embrace it. I'm gonna just embrace it. So as y'all know, I'm still the loudest motherfucker at every tournament. You hear my laugh, you hear my voice, you hear me talking shit throughout everything. But at least now, like I'm smiling when I'm doing, I'm having fun when I'm doing, and I'm making sure that it's not malicious to anybody that I'm saying it to. Like I'll talk shit to
Mhm.
players that I don't know, but I'll never say anything disrespectful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Like the
feel
most,
that.
yeah, the most you'll get out of me is like, damn, you throwing that weak ass shit, but it's funny. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's funny enough that it just keeps things just mellow enough or stable enough. You know what I'm saying?
hmm And she did ask one more question. So, what is the one thing you want to leave behind as your legacy in the game of dodgeball?
Man, this is good. Um, I think more than anything else, I just want to represent what freedom of movement looks like. So like I've always just pretty much been a dancer on the court. You've been playing against me for the last 10 years. Like you know that when I'm dancing, like I feel as free as I possibly can. I'm moving better, I'm dodging better, like I'm feeling it better. My throws are coming out more loose, like my body's loose. I think the problem that we have with our current generation is every player is trying to mimic other players. And like where you come up with us, like all of us had our own dance styles. Like you knew who that player was. Like you didn't even have to see. I could be blurred out on the screen, but you would know my walk coming up to the line. You know what I'm saying?
You
And I
see one
think,
pant leg rolled up too.
yeah, I'll do that no more. I'll do that. I got knee pads now, bro. Nah, but that's real though. And I think freedom of movement is the most important thing that I would like to continue to just move forward. Honestly, me and Akil. So like we're both really big on just taking care of your bodies and not having conditional movement or having movement that's really just predictable. So like
hmm
I'll dance when I'm on the line or I'll dance when I'm on the side because it forces people to be like, I have to look at this because I don't know what's gonna happen next. And I think if more players develop their own style of play, then they'll be more successful as players. And that's what I pretty much want to leave behind. Like my legacy at the end of the day, I want them to just be like, yo, this man moved really well. He had a lot of fun while he was playing. He taught a lot of players, tried to get the community up. And shit, we just here for it. Straight up.
It's a good legacy to leave behind.
Yeah, man. Appreciate that. I appreciate that.
All right, let's get to the troll.
Oh,
I,
God.
bro, I'm a troll myself. So when I
Yeah.
saw this shit, I'm just like, this. So this person made an Instagram account, right?
Okay.
Made the Instagram account following one person, and I tried clicking on it, and it was a private account. So I'm like, I'm not requesting this. I'm just gonna ask him the question, and I know you know who this is gonna be.
Okay.
Beaver.53 asks, do your dodgeball skills translate to being good at any other sports like mini golf?
I know exactly who this is, and I'm gonna fucking kill her.
There's two more questions. Is it a tree?
No, this is a player named Avery Snow, and she currently has a winning record against me. And fucking,
Ooh,
she
is this like
plays. She
Valo?
plays. Yeah, she's pretty much a free agent right now, but she's on the mixed co-ed team for Elevation right now. She's injured right now, but she's coming back in a little bit. But yeah, she's like, she fucked me up in mini golf one time, bro. She will not let me live it down, bro.
I guess not, dude. She literally made an Instagram account to ask.
That is insane. The private account is crazy.
She also has two more questions for you. So she
Oh no.
says, have you ever owed anyone tacos?
All right, so this is like a joint question. So I was supposed to show up to this random practice that was out in DC, and Tara was in town, Tree was in town, and Avery were in town. And I was like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna go to this. But the Ravens were in playoffs. We had just beat the Steelers. Boy, I got fucking hammered the night before. I was not going to a practice the next day. I was just like, look, I'm hungover. I don't want to play dodgeball. My team just want to holler at y'all later.
Mhm.
But the deal was, we were supposed to all just go get food and then go to the practice. And they were just like, oh, so you owe us food now? And I was like, you know what? Fine, whatever.
Damn.
So tacos was the deal. Tacos was the deal.
All right. Is it still on the table?
Nah, hell no. Fuck the tacos, bro. Nah, now we're acting like this.
She asked one last question. Who bested you and broke your pinky finger?
That's crazy.
I was gonna send this to you before
Yeah,
the pod, but I'm like, you know what, dude? I'm just gonna ask these questions because this is gonna be
bro,
like a genuine reaction.
that is insane. So it's my pointer finger. That's the most recent finger that I've broken. That'll be this one. And I told you about the competitive practices that we have. And oddly enough, Tara,
Hey,
our,
which
our
Tara?
Tara, she was on the
Maloney?
USA team. Yep, she was on the no, not Maloney.
Oh, Pang.
Yeah, Pang. She
Hmm.
was on she was on the USA team, and she was like, you know what, I'm trying to get better at cloth. And she threw a solid ball in my pocket, and then when I tried to catch it, my other hand pretty much just jammed into this finger. It just went. It just went. Yeah, three different directions. I was like, yeah, that's broken. And yeah, man, that's why I had to sit out Chicago the round that y'all won because
Mm.
she had broken my finger like 3 weeks before. So tough deal,
Damn
man.
cloth. Damn
Yeah.
cloth balls, man.
Damn cloth. It shouldn't have been Tara that broke my finger. That's what we're at right now. If anybody else, like, we're thinking like a Chaz, maybe like somebody like anybody else, bro.
Yeah, Zach Fernald, Will
Yeah,
Beathard.
bro.
It's this girl. Was her name Avery, right?
Yeah, that's Avery Snow.
Damn. Well, shout out Avery Snow.
That's crazy, bro.
So you're looking for a team in Minnesota, right?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Yeah. So hit up Pete. He's a free agent. Do you have anything else you want to plug?
Yeah, man, just a shout out to my team. It's been a long road with all the boys, man. I just really appreciate everybody just sticking with me. Honestly, motivate me to get back. Like, I wouldn't still be playing because I plan on retiring after my doctor told me whatever he told me. My team put like a little like gift bag together, my mixed team and my men's team, and they were just like, "Yeah, man, happy retirement." But the reality is, like, if you want to come back and you want to try, we are here with you. And Tree was practicing with me all the time. Rennie was practicing with me all the time. Mikhail lives like 40 minutes away from me. He was driving up to practice with me just to make sure I was rehabbing the right way and making sure I was okay. And like, just a big shout out to all of them, man. I don't want to name everybody specifically, but yeah, man, I wouldn't still be here without them. And I wouldn't still be here without the community to just motivate me and just remind me, like, yo, you are still a good player and you really shouldn't just give this up. So, still here. And shout out to your ass, boy. I love you.
Appreciate it, bro. Yeah, shout out Tree. She's on Charter last year. She's on Impact this year.
Yeah.
Shit. Sean was telling me, I'm not trying to misquote him, but he was like, yeah, we need to have Tree on the team because she's a walking bar.
That's crazy.
Shout out Tree. I fucking love her.
Oh man, it didn't used to be this way, bro. That's bad influence.
You want to hear something crazy? And Tree knew I was a little upset, but I was like, It is what it is. So this is game 7 of the overtime game in the finals, right? Mm-hmm. I knew that people were team throwing at me in this gym. The gym has a wall that's like probably maybe 4 or 5-ish feet right behind us. And I was just team throw. So I'm like, yo, get behind me. Tree is hanging out with Claire and Carlos's baby, right, on the sidelines.
Oh, man.
And I'm like, Tree. And she's like 6 feet away from me, right? She jumps on the court in front of me. And I'm just like, oh my God, what is she doing? And I think we ran in a way or something like that, or the other side just went and we got 2 hits. And this is the last game. And they were like, Tree literally went on the court. So like those outs don't count. And then we lost the game 7.
Oh my God.
Tree's like, I know you're mad at me. I'm like, it's all right, Tree. There's more tournaments.
No, it's not all right. It's not all right. It's not...
We have a pretty good we have a pretty good track record. I think we've only lost 1 tournament. 2 tournaments
y'all winning everything. Y'all winning all those. So I remember her bringing the bell home one time, man. She took it to an Orioles game.
Oh, yeah, she brought it to the Orioles game. Yeah,
yeah,
dude,
bro.
Obviously, my goal is to win every tournament. But yeah, that past season, my goal was for us to win the belt every tournament and then bring it to a different state.
Heard that.
So I went to New York. I went to Connecticut. I brought it home. That belt was in the house when I got my wife pregnant. So I always say that's a pregnancy belt.
That's crazy.
I say it's a pregnancy belt. Yo, that was in Maryland and it was in Long Island. Kasira had
it. Respect.
So we lose this last tournament. I'm like, be careful with that belt.
Pregnancy belt is crazy.
But no, fuck that. I'm winning the next tournament, and I'm bringing that belt back and getting.
I heard that, bro. So. Set the goal, man. Set the goal for real, bro.
2 kids.
2 kids. Oh man.
All right, man. I appreciate you hopping on. And happy early birthday.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me, bro. It's been a pleasure.
No problem. Anytime.
All right, bro.
Peace.